All right, we rolling. We're recording. Ah, crap! I should have reset this thing. All right, doesn't matter. This is week what, Spencer? What week is this?
Oh, wait, is that actually recording?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
shit.
I'm recording.
All
Yeah.
right. Uh, it's
What week are we in?
starting week 14 now, final
Week
week of the regular season.
14.
But week 13 is if we want to go over anything from last week is last week. So,
We
but
we did week 13.
right. I'm saying that was the last that was last week's shit, and then this is
Oh, the week we're going into is week 14, but
yeah.
we're, this is gonna be a short episode. Spencer and I talked about it because a bunch of you guys are eliminated, so we don't need to talk about every matchup anyway. So this episode's gonna just be going over who can still make it, if they need to win, how many. I guess this is the last week before playoffs, so this is a must win for some people. Um, Congratulations to yours truly, Veronica, Shannon, and Garrett. Garrett? He's leading that division now. He clinched the playoffs.
Yeah, he rattled off 5 straight wins.
God damn, bro. Like he went crazy.
He is currently on the longest win streak.
All right, let me see. How do I get that? There it is. There it is. Okay. As it stands, Veronica still
Veron-
owns the bye.
Veronica has clinched the bye.
She clinched the bye. Okay.
Nobody
Nobody
can
can
pass her in
take
1 week. Yeah.
nobody can take that bye from her. Good job, Nathan, with the losers bracket bye.
Nathan
Um,
has maintained that he will play a second time for last place.
rip. All right.
I might be there with him.
As it stands, Dad's looking to play Mom. Nope, Dad's looking to play Shannon. Sean is looking to play me, and Garrett is the number 2 seed, looking to play the number 7 seed, Sarah. Let's go over some of this stuff here. So let's talk about Sean first because he's the first one on this list here. He has a 79% chance to make the playoffs according to ESPN. Let's do Sean and Sarah at the same time, I think, actually, because they're both right next to each other. They're like neck and neck. They're both 7-6 in the NFC division. Um, Elizabeth has a 1% chance to make it. I think that 1% chance is she needs Sean and Sarah to lose and somehow score enough points to overtake their their total scores. But she's like 150 points behind that, so she'd need like a 300-point week and a win and 2 losses from them. Is that right?
Correct. You would need a very large week, as well as both Sean and Sarah and Ben to all lose,
And
and Ben.
Ben.
Yeah, because Ben could technically also get to 7-7 and have a really big week as well. So
Okay, well, the odds are in her favor slightly. I'll give her a 1.5% chance because she plays Nathan, so she's got the win locked in, right? So, Sarah's playing Ben. Okay, well, that's impossible then, because either Ben or Sarah is gonna win. So I don't know why she's not mathematically eliminated then.
so sorry, it's two of those three she needs to lose.
I see. Okay, so one of these guys. So that's actually probably good that these two are playing each other because that means one of them is gonna lose automatically. And then Sean is playing Dad, which is not an easy matchup. Um, but
They're essentially for the most part, the people who are currently in the playoff spot are, for the most part, going to make the playoffs unless something drastic happens over this current
okay,
week here.
so I think let me see how many points Ben has scored. It won't matter anyways. Beth, if you're listening, your best chance of somehow making it into the playoffs is beat Nathan and score 156 points more than Sarah and Sean. So she would need Sarah and Sean to have like the worst week possible and her just put up like almost 200. So that's why it's a 1% chance. But anyway, Sean I said was playing Dad. Now Dad is 7-6, and Sean is also 7-6. So that's huge playoff implications there, right? Because whichever one of them loses probably misses.
No.
You don't think so?
They both similar to that other situation, unless Sean loses and Elizabeth or Ben win and put up like 300 points, he can't miss either. Like he's in the same boat. He'll only move to 7-7, and he'll be tied with them and have more points for the most
Oh,
part.
okay, I see. I see. So odds are we're gonna see Veronica, me, Shannon, Sean, and Sarah in the playoffs, and then Garrett, Dad, and that would be it.
Correct.
Chris is the
He's not
he's not
locked in.
out yet, but he's lost 4 in a row, which has put him in a really tough spot. He was 7-2 at one point in time, and he's fallen to 7-6.
Oh wait, am I? Hold on.
Are we giving false information? Well, Spencer's looking that up. Andrew, Mom, Spencer, and Nate are all
Oh, okay.
eliminated from playoff contention, so we will see you next year.
I apologize.
What'd you do? Is it by division?
No, I I misspoke. I forgot there's 7 playoffs teams,
Oh, okay.
not 6 or 8.
So we've got 4 guaranteed, and then the last 3 we're looking at Sean, Sarah, Dad, and Chris fighting for those 3 spots. So 4 people fighting for those 3 spots, really.
correct.
Because
Yeah.
odds are Ben and Beth are not gonna make it in, unfortunately. So Chris is playing who? Chris is playing Andrew.
This coming week, yeah.
Oops.
Chris is playing
Must,
Drew, which I don't know if lineups have been set, but it currently is projecting Andrew to win by 6 points.
Yeah, it's probably gonna change a little bit.
Sean and Dad are playing, like you said, which is important because they are also fighting for last playoff spots. And Sarah and Ben are playing, which is important because they're fighting for last playoff spots.
So if Sean beats Dad's 7-6, Sean's 7-6, and then if Chris wins and Sean beats Dad, Chris is in, Dad's out. Is that right?
Well, you said if Sean and Chris both make it?
No, so Sean is playing against Dad, right? So if Dad takes an L and Chris gets a W against Andrew, that does that eliminate Dad?
No, so 7-7 will still technically be a good enough record to get Dad in. It's not. He'll still be tied with the other teams who potentially win. If, however, Sean and Chris both win and Sarah wins, then Dad will be eliminated.
So if Sean and Chris win and Sarah win,
that would move all of them to that would move all of them to an 8-6 record, and Dad would be at 7-7, and he would be eliminated. Correct. So if all 3 of them win, Dad gets eliminated. If any of that happens,
okay,
that person can be eliminated.
So Dad likely to make it even if he loses because he would need 3 other people to all get a W.
Correct, but one of them is playing him, so it does increase the odds that if he loses, he has a chance of missing.
Okay. Well, Dad's got some stuff to hope for. Get his lineup set. Is Jerry Jeudy almost back?
I don't know.
I was just scrolling through and I saw he had him in his lineup. I'm like, Jerry Jeudy might be back.
Sarah is playing Ben. And then the other semi-important matchup, besides Elizabeth still fighting for her life against Nathan, is the matchup between, well, doesn't really matter too much, but the one between Shannon and Garrett could be potential, just a little sneak peek at
Oh,
playoff.
that would be
And
for
it also
playoff picture,
will
right?
be do seeding, yeah, on who's going to end up possibly playing who.
Okay. Let me go back to. It's the wrong league.
It really doesn't matter too much since every team is completely random every week and could go off.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but you want the better seed so that it gives you the, you know,
Lower
the
teams.
lower teams. Currently I'm at the number 3 seed. If I win and Garrett loses, I would 100% move to the 2nd seed, but I just cannot take over the number 1 seed because Veronica's 2 games ahead of me and Garrett. If Shannon wins and I lose and Garrett lose, then she jumps from the number 4 seed to the number 2 seed, which right now is against Sarah, but who knows? Yeah, it's gonna be wild because there's a lot of shit that could change based on matchups and who wins and who loses.
It will be an interesting one for sure.
I'm just happy to have clinched the playoffs.
Yeah, it's coming. I didn't realize it was four people for the most part fighting for those last 3 spots. I totally misspoke there. I'm fucking blind.
Oh, good. We got there. We figured it out.
Chris, man, he's fighting for his life. He looked like he was locked in,
I know
and
he
then
was
he's rattled off 4 straight
7-2.
losses.
He was 7-2, and he took 4 losses in a row, and now he's 7-6. And I
Dad
mean,
could have clinched last week, but pulled up with an L short.
so
And
if just
Sarah and Sean, both with 2 straight wins, are both fighting to get one of those last spots.
yeah,
Pretty interesting how he got to this spot.
yeah, it's crazy too because I think if Andrew, I mean, he had 3 losses in a row. If just like 1 or 2 of those was a win, he would still be in playoff contention. I mean, he would have needed 2 really, but um,
I just think it's funny that if you hadn't beaten me by 3 points 2 weeks ago, you would also be in that same boat where you're playing for one of those last playoff spots.
to be fair, didn't we both put up insane scores?
No, it was like
Am I?
103 against
Oh,
106.
it was shitty. But last week
Well, I
I
mean, that's
redeemed
not
myself.
terrible, but
I redeemed myself last week though. When
yeah.
I put up like a million. Okay, cat just jumped on my lap. Um, I had one more thing I was gonna say. Oh yeah, if Chris had just won like 2 of his last 4, he would literally be in uh contention to take over the number 1 seed this week with a Veronica loss and a Chris win maybe. But he lost 4 in a row and now he's just fighting to make it into the playoffs. Like it was so close.
I'm curious. I know that we weren't gonna make this one long, but I really want to see like what
No,
his
yeah,
last
another
2 matchups were.
couple of
Okay, so he
minutes
lost
here.
by 24 to Sean the
Mhm.
last week.
Wait, hang on. Let me pull this up so everyone can see. Um, Scoreboard. Last week, you're on?
Yeah, he lost by 24 to Sean last week. The week before that, he
Okay.
lost by 24 to V. I think both weeks he did put up 100, so it's
24,
not like he's like
24.
doing
Right.
terrible.
No, his actual numbers are fine. Put up 86 and lost to Shannon's 100 the week prior to that. Then week 10, he only put up, I remember that. He put up 69 points against Elizabeth. But
Was that the week he didn't set his lineup because he was down in the Keys?
probably that might have been what started this whole thing. To be fair, I think that was the one where he didn't start his lineup, but Kyler Murray was not in. That was the week he lost Cooper Kupp. Cooper
Eek.
Kupp died that game. Um,
Cooper Cup died so I could be in the playoffs.
but he would have lost to anybody that week because he put up the worst score that week. So
Yep. All right. Oh, it's coming down to the wire. Do or die for long shot for 2 teams, do or die for 4 to get those
Just
final 3 spots.
one last thing going into the last week of the regular season. Dad leads everybody in points scored with 1,470. The lowest scored, I bet you could guess, is Nathan with 1,076. What do you think you're at, Spencer? Take a guess.
For points scored.
Yeah, if Dad's the leader at 1,470, what do you think you got?
Probably like 1,300.
1313.
Yeah.
Not bad. Which is
I think-
actually more than Chris. More than everybody in your division except for Dad.
Bro, it's look at that shit. I just pulled it up. Garrett is in second place right now with 1243
Yeah,
scored.
he got lucky on those last 5 games, I guess. Let's let's really quick look at his last 5 wins because I'm curious what the heck happened. Scoreboard. Okay. Last week, Garrett won. Where is he? 108 to 81. So pretty low score put up against him there. Then he won with 99 against Andrew 77. My eyes don't want to see him. Okay, he had 124 this week. That's fine. 99 again on this week to Sarah's 92. Almost lost that one. And he won. He put up 79 this week because Veronica put up 68. He won. He would have lost to Andrew, Dad, Sean, Sarah, you, Shannon, Beth, me, Mom, and Chris. So he would only be like one of the 2 people on that league. Hey man, sometimes this is the way it goes. Get a little lucky. All right, well, we'll see you all next week when we get to talk about playoff. When we get to see the actual seeding and who's playing who, and I guess we could probably make some predictions on who we think's going to win it.
Yeah. And just in case anybody actually watches it and has a shot at the playoffs, I believe it's 200 to first place, 100 to second place, and $50 to third place.
200, 150, and
As well as the trophy, which I will personally ship to whoever
personally
wins.
ship.
Unless they live in Florida, in which case I'll most likely just give it to you when I see you.
Jeez. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come by and pick it up when I win.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck, everybody, this week. Who are you pulling for? Sarah?
I gotta pull for my fiance.
All right. If Sarah is
or I'm pulling for Sarah or for Dad, since he's been so bad
scored
every year
so
that
many
we've played.
points. Yeah, I hope Dad makes it in, and then I hope I destroy him in the playoffs. All right. Bye, everybody. See you next
I'd
week.
also just love to somehow see a situation where Ben or Elizabeth squeak in. I don't think it'll happen, but I think it'd be absolute bonkers if one of them.
There's no way, dude. They'd have to score like 250.
I know. If the thing could go into like decimals, it would be like 0.0005% chance that they make it. It's like less than the lottery, but it can only go to 1 or 0, so it puts them at 1.
Well, we'll see. Anything can happen, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Deuces.